So for this week on CyberSchool, we're talking about the new SIP speaker update that we've done here at CyberData. This year especially is going to be a launch of a whole bunch of new things coming through with CyberData. We've got some new firmware on the way for some of our products, new hardware redesigns. There's going to be a lot of new stuff coming through at CyberData. And one of the big things that we had coming through this year is, of course, our SIP speaker update. So with this, we wanted to kind of improve our standard SIP speaker offering while keeping the same price point for it. We got a lot of feedback over the years that we haven't really updated the speaker at all. Ever since, before I joined the company and even before that, it always had that same kind of look and feel, and it was kind of getting dated. So we've got a little bit of a refresh for the SIP speaker, and I'll talk about it a bit more today. So that way you understand all the things that come with this new update. So to just kind of go over the what's new, and we'll talk about these in a little bit more depth here, we of course have a very modernized look. It's a brand new look and feel to the speaker, same operation style and same CyberData quality that you would expect, but in a more modernized aesthetic. It's also got a better quality speaker. The speaker that we had beforehand was pretty high quality, but this one is a touch better. We also combined both the SIP and the TalkBack variants into a single speaker, so that way it's a little bit less confusing when you're going through and picking through our multitude of different speaker options. Now you no longer have to decide if you want the SIP version or the TalkBack version. It's just the SIP version with TalkBack now, which is really cool. And of course, for those that are concerned about having a microphone in any of their speakers, that's going to be disabled by default, but we're going to talk about that in a little bit more depth. And of course, with adding a microphone in there, we get some additional features, including our audio health check. And the nice thing is, we're not, pulling an Apple and coming out with, a new speaker and all new accessories, and it's not backwards compatible. This speaker is going to be compatible with all of our existing accessories there. So that way, if you want to upgrade your speakers, you can still keep the same clock kit or the same strobe kits that you already have. So to just talk about it, with our new look and feel there, we went through a redesign for the actual faceplate itself. It gives it a little bit more of a modern aesthetic instead of just that kind of simple, plain dimple style grill that we had on it. It's got kind of a little more cut into it, keeping that same kind of speaker grill that you would expect, and a relocation and a proper labeling of the different LED lights that we have on the front grill of the speaker. That way it's just a little bit easier to understand what is going on with the unit itself. And with the new speaker redesign, it's not just, a fancy grill on there where we're keeping the same speaker. It's actually a brand new speaker diaphragm. It's going to keep that same response frequency range, so you're not going to, say, get or lose any potential frequency responses. It's basically about the same response curve in terms of the functionality of the speaker, but it's just a better quality diaphragm itself, and the actual actuators or the gasket that goes around for the seal of the speaker is just improved. It's just better quality. So you're just getting a better speaker. It's got a slightly different back box to actually accommodate the new circuit board that's actually included with it. So it's basically a whole brand new speaker, from faceplate to speaker to circuit board, which makes it really, really cool. And it's a big, huge update for the unit. And of course, it's still going to be, as I mentioned, compatible with all of our current speaker accessories and mounting options. So that way, if you want to mount it in the wall or, in the ceiling, we've got a whole bunch of different options and avenues that you can pursue to utilize this cool new CyberData hardware. So with that, as I mentioned, we've got a new circuit board. We've gone through and modernized a lot of our circuit boards in our product line at CyberData over the last couple of years, and the speaker was one of the last ones that was kind of holding on there. It was a cool old circuit board that we had. It was the first one that I'd ever seen that was literally shaped like a donut. It was a little bit expensive to have a donut-shaped board. Most circuit boards that you come across are square or might have, rounded edges. We had a cool one that was, a ring, but, we've gone to more of, a traditional square-ish style circuit board. But of course, with that, it comes with, completely new chip design on there. It's, completely modernized circuit board in terms of the chip availability on there, which gives us the capability to upgrade the SIP stack and basically all of the tech that's on the board, which makes it comparable to what we currently offer today with our intercoms and our IP to analog series. So things like, of course, our standard outdoor intercom, as well as our paging adapter or our paging server. And this comes with this kind of standard feature set if you're used to our products, like 2 firmware partitions, so that way you can have 2 different loads of firmware on the unit. Say, for example, if we release a version that for some reason has a bug, you can revert back to, an older version, and you've got that kind of step capability in terms of firmware. We've got over a gigabyte available of space, which means that this board is going to be around for a long time. We've got a lot of room to be able to grow with this board, and it's going to last for a very long time, assuming no, major chips that we're using go end of life or anything like that. And we get a different style of software architecture that allows us to do quite a bit more with our actual software design and features that we're going to be adding in the future as compared to how we used to do stuff in the past. So it's basically a whole complete redesign from not only the circuit board, but also to how we do the actual software itself. And of course, everything that comes with the new redesign, we threw a faster processor in there and more RAM, more storage, all the kind of stuff that you would expect with that new modernized circuit board. So one of the big talking points that we have for this unit, and one of the big discussion points, is going to be us condensing the SIP and talkback versions into a single version of the product. So now we've just got basically what we call the 011394 SIP speaker with talkback. So instead of the SIP version and then the talkback SIP version, we've just got the one unit. So every speaker that you're going to buy today that's the 011394 part number or the 011396 part number for the Informicast variant is going to come with a microphone installed from the get-go. And it allows for talkback capability as well as ambient noise compensation and health check capability at the same price. So we're not, say, increasing it to the old price that we had for the talkback variant. We dropped it down and just kept the standard SIP talkback this standard SIP pricing that we had. But, as I mentioned before, the microphone is going to be disabled by default. You have to opt in to using the microphone just because, as we were talking to a lot of our partners and discussion internally, as we were talking about condensing this into a single unit, people don't really like the idea of some of their speakers having microphones. There's, potential privacy concerns depending on where the speaker's located. God forbid it's in a bathroom and somebody's listening to what's going on in the bathroom, or in another sense where, say, it's in a conference room and you're having a meeting with, a large, client of yours. You're talking about very, sensitive, topics. There's sensitive stuff going on. It might be a privacy concern that a microphone is installed in any of those speakers. We'll have confidence to know that it is completely disabled by default, and you have to opt in to using the microphone. It's not something that can just be enabled willy-nilly. It's something that you have to opt in to actually utilize. And as we're moving forward, 011394 is going to be the main part number for our standard SIP speaker, our premium option, and 011396 for our Informicast enabled variant. So the health check is one of the big features that we're toting that now all of our speakers are going to support. And this is something that our standard talkback speaker has always offered. That one didn't sell as much as our standard SIP variant, so you might not be in the know about this particular feature set. But what this is it's an optional way to basically verify the speaker functionality. It's all well and good to be able to say, run the CyberData discovery utility and see that your speaker's on the network. But if it's on the network, doesn't really mean that it's doing the important bit of actually playing sound. With this equipment being, utilized for emergency notification, it's super duper important to have this capability to actually go and verify that, the audio is actually working. So what the health check does is it plays a series of tones through the speaker in the different supported frequency band that, the speaker utilizes. So it goes through and it plays the different series of tones and it records it back through the microphone. And then it runs it basically through a very simple algorithm to check the recorded tone versus the original tone that it played to give you kind of a health. Did, say, the 60 hertz, match? and 120 hertz and so on and so forth, and just basically verify the tones together and give you some kind of a report over the different frequency ranges that the speaker supports to know if your speaker is working in the low end but maybe not working in the top end. And this can be run manually. You can log into the unit and run it, or you can schedule it to run say once a week, once a month, what have you. So it's a really cool feature that's going to be standard offering for all of our products moving forward. For, in general, the speaker update, we're condensing it down into the 011394 part number for our standard SIP speaker. That's going to be the premium option now. All of our speakers, of course, because they come included with a microphone, are going to support TalkBack. But again, the microphone is disabled by default. So if you have any privacy concerns or you don't care about a health check, you just want to be able to make one-way announcements, you got a microphone in there. You can use it if you want. You don't have to worry about it if you don't. It's got that modernized look and feel with more premium components. So everything has gone through and gotten a refresh on it. And with the additional new circuit board on there, it gives you that improved capability in terms of software functionality at no additional cost. That was a big concern that we had, and a lot of feedback that we get at our products are a little pricey. And with those complete new redesign, we didn't want to pass that cost redesign onto our customer. We wanted to keep it at the same price, if not lower it at all. So we kept it at the same price. So it gives you a really good option in terms of paging capability and knowing that the speaker is going to be able to grow with you as you make an investment into your CyberData speaker.
Thank you for watching this edition of CyberSchool. If you have any questions, please get in contact with our sales department. They are available by email at sales@cyberdata.net or by phone at 831-373-2601 extension 334. Please make sure to like this video and subscribe for more content like this from CyberData.